Such a beautiful song. It's Madison Avenue with a track called Don't Call Me Baby, taking you back to the turn of the century. It's 30 minutes of non-stop music. We're playing more of those songs that you like to hear far more often. I will be taking dedications shortly, but right now I must play you some more South African music. This is Sounds of Albert de Wet. It's a brand new single called Blue Eyes. How did I get into radio? Quite bizarre. I was listening to Highveld the one time and I thought, oh my gosh, I could do that. I could totally be part of that station. And then I started working for a community radio station in the Vaal, because the reality of it is that a lot of the commercial stations just won't take you seriously unless you've got a lot of experience. So started working out with them, and then I just took one of my demos, stuck it onto a cassette, dropped it off for reception at Highveld, and yeah, the program's manager, Ravi Naidu, called me up a day and a half later. I was like, oh my gosh. It was really cool because when I came in to see him, my tape was still in his CD player, in his tape player, because he was just like, he heard it, and I think he heard like 2 links, and he's like, oh, I must have her. It was very good for my ego, actually. It's just gone 11:05 on Joburg's #1 hit music station. You're listening to Maroon 5 with a track called Wake Up Call in this half hour of non-stop music. We're going to continue with rock music, but why don't you think about something quickly? Playing the 11 o'clock lyric with you, my heart will go on in these fields of gold until I go crazy. What do I do during the day? I hustle. That's what I call it. I pretty much do what I can around the entertainment industry. So do a bit of TV work, I write a couple of scripts, I do voiceovers and things like that. This is the one thing that's actually constant, because I know every night that I'm working here, a lot of the other stuff that I do, I just kind of like take it as it comes. Yeah, the system very simply, you can't possibly get it wrong. What's running now is a plain white tease. You can see there how long it is. That's like the timeline, how far along it's running from. So we still got about 1 minute and 18 seconds. What happens after that is it's going to run straight into a jingle, which is no production really, and then we're going to go into a Madonna song. Everything that's yellow on the system is actually like a station promotion, so it's something that's promoting what's coming up. Then we've got the ads in green, and then the music is always in blue, and then what comes up in the white is always the jingles. Very, very basic to work with on the desk as well, because it's running off deck number 6, which is right over here. And then when I play the other ones, I'll play it off deck 7 and deck 8, and I'll just lift it up and turn it on. It's foolproof, I promise. A lot of people always kind of ask, how do you get into radio? What do you need? I think it's always very difficult to say something like that when you're there, because it always sounds like you're speaking about yourself. But I think what you need more than anything, I think you need quite an outgoing personality. You need to really be out there and to be a very giving person. I think you also need to be able to have a lot of good people skills, because you will work a lot with people outside of what you do on radio. But yeah, I think everybody thinks you have to have a good voice. I honestly think that is such a small part of it. It is such a small part of it. It comes with musical knowledge as well, because these are things that you can learn. Do you know what I mean? People don't listen just because you've got a good voice. You can learn who sings that song. You can learn where this person grew up. But if you've got a personality, I think you're on the right track. It was his debut single. I must tell you about the most bizarre moment I've ever had behind the microphone. I was doing traffic with Alex J, and I had to do the report, and it said there was a truck sitting stationary. That's what I read. Well, that was written. I then decided to get very creative and said there's a car beeping stationary. Alex J goes, yay, free pens! It's really funny. I guess you had to be there. Getting freshly ground, some watershed. Prime Circle's going to be coming along, as well as Vonnerbloem, the Polytones, NKD, Dr. Victor. It's going to be bigger and better than last year. Once again, it's brought to you by 94.7 and Suntime, so you can rest insured. It's 94.7's Highveld Stereo, proudly South African, and of course, very proud of South African music.